Okay, in this video, what I'll be sharing with you is actually how to get an estimate of return on investment for your ad spend using Google Ads in your pay-per-click campaign. As usual, if you find my video helpful, please do subscribe to my channel and press the notification button so that whenever there's new video coming up from me, you will get notification. So I'm Abdul Aziz from Media Beza. We are digital marketing agency based in Kuala Lumpur. So we do help our customers to get more revenue, more businesses by using online methods. So, okay, let's talk about how to calculate ROI for your Google Ads expenditure. So this example that I'm going to be showing you is based on the example that I used in my previous video, which is of legal keywords, legal keywords. Okay, let's see. I've shown this in my last presentation. So the keywords that we want to be showing now is actually peguam syarie selangor. So this is the keywords. This is the keywords. So based on the forecast, it is estimated that the cost per click for this particular keywords is 4 ringgit 60 cents. 4 ringgit 60 cents. So which is 4 ringgit 60 cents, which is equivalent to about 96 clicks. 96 clicks. Right. So if you do this, if you do our math here, uh, if we spend 1,000 ringgit, 1,000 ringgit, we are going to get an estimate of around 217 clicks to our target destination. So, uh, okay. So now we know we are getting about 217 clicks. This is based on Google's data that they estimate if we spend 1,000 ringgit, we're going to get 217 clicks. So what does that mean? Okay. In any pay-per-click campaign, normally when someone clicks on an advertisement in Google, they will they will be directed to a certain target, which is normally a website or something else. It could be another, they call it a one-page website or landing page. Let's say it's a website. Let's say it's a website. So you're gonna get, for 1,000 ringgit, you're gonna get about 217 clicks to your website. Okay, right. So what does that do to you? How does that contribute to your business? Okay, this is what there's a term in Google advertising. They call it conversion rate. Okay, what is conversion rate? Conversion rate is out of the total number of clicks going to the out of the total number of clicks going to the website, how many of the clicks are actually producing results? Okay, producing results which is relevant to your business. Okay, so what are the results which is typically relevant to your business? Okay, number one is actually someone makes a phone call through a button on your website which has your phone number. So there is one method of measuring conversion rate, which is out of the 217 clicks, how many actually click on your button, on your call button to call your office. Okay, that is the first one. Secondly is actually, if you have a form, for example, you are giving a report, some report, some legal report, some study that you have done, and you want to pass over the study to some of your prospect. When they fill in the form, so that is actually a conversion. That is counted as a conversion. Similarly, let's say you have a form on a website which actually asks for the details of the prospect to put in so that they can schedule an appointment to see you. That's also considered a conversion. So that is conversion. So clicks is not important. Clicks is just an indication of how many based on the amount of money you spend for Google Ads, you're gonna get how many clicks. So that's not important. The most important thing is really conversion. This is where the most important factor which has to be considered very, very critical in the success of your Google Ads campaign, which is the conversion. Okay, right. Ultimately, for example, if the conversion is measuring the number of potential bookings for appointment to see you, so the number of because the number of appointment that you get from the bookings, that will of course eventually lead to sales to your or rather new cases to your legal firm. In this case, we're talking about legal firm. So it will lead to new cases for your legal firm. So that is the most important thing for a legal firm, which is getting new cases. So of course, before you can get new cases, you you need the Google Ads to attract the number of clicks. Then from the number of clicks, you need conversion so that you get a certain number of booking to get an appointment to see you. Right. Okay. So how do we know how many conversion based on the Google data? Okay. So what I'm going to be showing you now is actually a data shown by one website, which is actually gathering data from across the US for several years, across various industries, across more than 10,000 businesses, across a lot of industries in the US, which actually has some data on the average conversion rate for various industry. Of course, this data is US data, it's not Malaysian data, but I think we can use this as a benchmark to get an estimate of what sort of a conversion rate we are expecting. Because from the conversion rate, we are going to be making some assumption of what sort of revenue your legal firm is going to be making from from this conversion rate. Okay. So what I'm going to show you now is actually a website called Wordstream. Okay. Now, Wordstream is a website, an online advertising website in the US. So actually, they have done data. I'm going to be sharing the link to the website at the bottom of my video. So if you look here in detail, okay, let me just enhance the. So it says here the report is based on a sample of 14,197 US based Wordstream clients account, which has spent $200 million of Google's ad spend using Google Search and Display Networks between August 2017 and January 2018. So this is their data. So it's not our data, it's not Malaysian data because no, I think nobody has made any such a big amount of data in Malaysia yet. But we can use US data as a basis for calculating commercial rate. So if we go to the data that they have now, right, they have the most important thing now we want to look at is actually conversion rate. So this it says here that the average conversion rate across all industry is about 3.75%. So that is the average conversion rate. But what are the industry they have looked at? So these are all the industry they have looked at. Okay. So if you look down here, we have advocacy, auto, B2B, consumer services, blah blah, dating, whatsoever, e-commerce, including I think there's a legal here also. So if you browse down the page, so they actually provide what the breakdown of various industry. So let's see now for a legal industry in the US, the conversion rate for Google is about 7%. Okay, so if you look at this data, let's say we take 7% of conversion rate, 7% of conversion rate. So uh, with 217. So now let's go back to our data just now. Let's go back to this data just now. So this data is saying that based on this data, we for 1,000 ringgit that we spend, we are getting 217 uh, 217 clicks. Okay, so if you look at 217 clicks, if you use a 7% estimate of conversion rate, so we are looking at about 15 conversion occurred. 15 conversion occurred from this particular campaign of spending 1,000 ringgit. Okay, now I know how do we make an estimate of how much revenue you will get from the 15 conversion. Assuming, let's say, you created a landing page. Now you created a page where everybody who clicks on the page or clicks on your advertisement goes to a page which actually has a form for them to fill up, and then for them to get an appointment to see you. Okay, now I know in Malaysia, most legal firm, they probably charge about 200 ringgit per appointment. So if you get 15 appointment, if times 200 ringgit, that's about 3,000 ringgit. So 300, if you get 15 appointment, you get 3,000 ringgit, and you're only spending 1,000 ringgit for your Google Ads. So it shows that you actually making a good return. Your return is actually like three times what you are spending. So which actually is a good ROI. So this is how you calculate the ROI of Google Ads. Basically, I'm not saying you're gonna get 15 bookings and all 15 are going to be engaging you or paying you or rather seeing you for the appointment. So if you get only five out of that 15, if you get only five who actually come and see you and they pay 200 ringgit for the initial consultation fee, so actually you already making back the money that you spend for Google Ads. Okay, now is that does it stop there? Of course it doesn't stop there. Let's say you only get five who actually comes to your place to see you and to make an appointment uh, for initial consultation. You have already charged them for 1,000 ringgit, so for 200 ringgit, you already pay 1,000 ringgit there. Now let's say only one of them became your client. One of them become your client. So I know most of the legal firms in Malaysia, they would easily charge between minimum 5,000 ringgit for the case, or maybe to maybe 20, 30,000 for one particular case. So actually, the return of investment for using Google Ads is actually quite high for a legal firm in Malaysia. So I guess this is my way of. I hope I have explained in detail how you can calculate your return on investment if you were to use Google Ads. But this is just an estimate based on the data given by Google Ads, based on data given by Wordstream. The actual data we will know when actually we actually run the Google Ads campaign with the firm, with the legal firm. Okay, so if you so that's about it. If you like to try out Google Ads with us, by all means, please contact us, and we will get you guys on board, and we can actually see how we can actually achieve the conversion rate that is being estimated uh, by Google and also by Wordstream. Okay, so that's about it. This just this that's all my video is about. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, bye bye.